When you need to know what's happening right here in the Merrimack Valley, the only place to turn is 980 WCAP. Everybody gets it.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show with Ron Couming of both RCS Technology Solutions and RCS Online Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs attract, convert, and retain their ideal customers and clients to achieve even greater success using various Internet marketing techniques and methods. The purpose of this show is to bring on two subject matter experts, and in the third section, time allowing, I will give out some free tips. And in the first two sections, we bring on the subject matter experts from around the world, sometimes local, other times from around the world, that will help us learn techniques and methods that they utilized to go from where they were to where they are now. And in learning those techniques and methods, it should help you, our listeners, cut the learning curve down and achieve even greater success quicker, sooner, rather than later. So our next guest is Doreen Dove, and she is an award-winning expert in the field of image consulting who coaches clients to use style as a tool to take strategic control of their image and fully engage in the possibilities of their future. In addition to her one-on-one work, Doreen conducts workshops and seminars for corporate groups and has been a keynote speaker across the country. Doreen empowers her clients to live fully, engaged with confidence, knowing that they are communicating the best version of themselves to further the personal and professional goals. Her recently published book, Confidence is Always in Style, provides in-depth expertise to help women identify and express their most authentic image and humor, clever insight. Doreen, how are you this morning?
I'm well, Ron. How are you today?
Excellent. And in reading this, I mean, it's great. It's mostly, it sounds like, geared towards women, but even men, if they can learn how their image is perceived and when they're projecting whatever it is they're projecting, they can certainly, whether it's in person or through their branding, their websites or their posts, I mean, they're going to achieve even greater success too, right?
That's correct. It's a whole package. I speak, my website seems more geared towards women, but just this week I spoke at the Harvard Club, and oftentimes when I speak at large corporations, Deloitte, Fidelity, so on and so forth, it's a mixed crowd, because when it comes right down to it, your first impression needs to be a lasting impression, and it needs to be the right one, whether you're male or whether you're female. So, it is, the common theme is confidence, which is why I titled my book, Confidence is Always in Style. So it goes across all genders.
I love it. Now, you just said you spoke at the Harvard Club recently?
I was there this week, and that gives me a group of people across all different businesses, beginners, corner office. It really just comes down to, what to do in the morning when you open the closet door. And I do speak to a lot of different groups, basically because I love my job. I mean, I work with bright and passionate people who either want to advance their careers or simply want to feel more confident about themselves. Because I believe when you look good, you feel good, and that people around you feel your confidence and respond positively. So speaking to different groups, whether it's, Babson, BU, Wellesley, graduating seniors going from college garb to internship, interview clothing, or all the way to the group at the Harvard Club, the common theme is, how do I present myself?
Excellent. And I was just by chance, I was there Saturday night. There was a big wedding, and then I was also with a couple of friends, and we were around there as well. So that's such a beautiful location and so much history there.
I did notice your Facebook, and I had to look and see the date that you were there to see if we were in the building at the same time. So that was kind of comical this morning.
Yeah.
You never know when your paths are going to cross.
Yeah, I was there Saturday, and so you saw my pictures on Facebook. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was amazed at all the people here that have, are the people we know as senators and governors, and how many people actually went to Harvard and went on. You would think even like the the mayor of Boston right now, Mr. Walsh. I never would have thought he went to Harvard, but apparently he did, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a good place. It's been around forever for a lot of reasons. So, and the crowd was very receptive, you know, because over the years I've learned while there are things you need to know about how to present yourself in public and on the job, it's not really one size fits all, but there are a lot of common denominators. So one of the things I spoke to them about is where to begin. It's the most common question asked by professionals looking to improve their brand and advance their career. And I got a good laugh out of the crowd when I said sometimes it's just a matter of getting your ask in gear. So, you know, you need to outsource your style if you don't know where to begin. And for that crowd, I even talked about their closet. You know, quite often the core of the problem starts with what's living in your tool shed. I pointed out one gentleman and asked him how old that navy blazer was that he had on. He said,
"Oh,
I go back to law school." So, you know, we talked about in the closet, the things need to be, they can't be outdated or out of style or the wrong size or the wrong character for the role you're commonly playing. So I gave them a very defined list of 20 essential items that I recommend for professional men and women. And, you know, they were gobbling that up, and I had a lot of interaction afterwards. But it really does come down to, you know, my mantra, life is challenging, but we have to get dressed. So that's how the day begins, with your appearance and, you know, your communication, your attitude, your body language, your voice, your online presence. It's a complete package.
I love it. And I work a lot with people on their online image and stuff, and a lot of it is, it's words, like we were just talking with our previous guest, Nancy, but a lot of it is pictures, and, you know, there is definitely an image. So it's not just that blue blazer you're wearing, it's everything, but it really starts when we meet people, when we're going, whether it's a job interview or we're speaking in front of people or we're posting a picture on Facebook about where we've been. People are going to look at where we've been, but they're also going to look at what we're wearing, how we're smiling, and it all conveys an image. And it all, you know, even if it's, you know, you're out there in a T-shirt and shorts, you're conveying an image whether you want to or not. But am I correct in that?
That's correct. And, you know, we judge people whether we want to or not. It happens thousands of times a day. So you want to strive for a very defined image, a very defined brand, and you want to make sure you're sending a very clear message. You know, lasting impressions last forever, especially something online in the digital world. So you need to be awfully careful with what you put out there because it can always come back. And one of my favorite quotes is from Arthur Ashe, and the key to success is self-confidence, and the key to self-confidence is preparation. So I work with people on the preparation part. You want to be ready. You want to be ready for someone that takes that candid shot of you standing at Harvard earlier, and want to make sure that you look the way that you want to present your business. And you could meet your next $1 million client at the grocery store. So when I work with people, it's not just for the job, it's for the whole work-life balance, because at some point you need to step out of the office and feel confident and feel good and feel prepared. So it is a whole package when I work with people. I'm not just getting them ready for that interview, that internship, you know, that networking event, that keynote speech. It's a whole package so that when they get up in the morning and they go to their tool shed, also known as their closet, they have the tools to take them through the day, through the week, through the year.
Nice. I love it. Now, are you in front of your Facebook?
I am. Why?
I was going to say, can you pull up that picture of me at Harvard? Let's give the people a real world example, because that picture is public, I believe, so they can go check it out. November 11th, Veterans Day, and thank you very much to all men and women who have served and are currently serving, as well as, you know, firefighters and EMTs and police. They're all first responders, so thank you.
So you would like me to give you an overall opinion on your outfit with your blue shirt and your cream-colored blazer?
Yes, but it's actually, I don't know if it's blue or teal. But
okay, it's teal. Okay, we're nitpicking now.
No,
I like you.
I don't even know if it's
detail-oriented just like me.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if it's really teal because it's a light. It's nice anyhow. I like it, but maybe I don't. Maybe I won't like it after this call. But
well, one of the things that I really talk to both men and women about is that you're not well dressed until you're well tailored. So I have to say, you are well tailored. Your trousers are the right length. Your shirt is nice and tucked in. Your blazer fits you well. So oftentimes people will say, well, you know, what's the budget? Where should I be spending my money? And I can make somebody look good at Target. I can make somebody look good at Neiman Marcus. It's all about the quality of the clothing, the way that it fits your body. Does it represent who you are at that given moment in time? And, you know, women oftentimes forget about the tailoring aspect. And men have the option of choosing from 63 sizes in a blue blazer when they go to Brooks Brothers. However, you're still going to get it tailored. You know, you may say, oh, I played baseball. My right shoulder is higher than my left. We need to shorten my left sleeve. So that takeaway for that, in your photo, you do look very well tailored and you look ready for the event that you're at. So you did a good job.
Yay! Now, see, I put myself out there because if I didn't do well, you know, the whole world would have heard it. But I would have taken that as an opportunity to improve. You know what I mean? So,
right. One of the things that I say is you don't need a lot of clothing. You just need the right clothing.
Excellent.
You know, people only wear 15% of what's in their closet. So the question is, why do we have the other 85%?
And
so if we get
so
it down
crazy.
to just the right clothing, then we can be rocked and ready no matter where we're going to go if we have the right things.
And I wonder if that comes down to just not cleaning out the closet. Because I know my closet, I have a walk-in closet with two sides, and I pretty much almost my left side is about third, and that's pretty much all I wear anymore. And the other side is, you know, it has, you know, shirts and jackets and pants and stuff, but it also has some sweat clothes and stuff that I haven't worn. Some of it, in some pants that I bought like 6 pairs of pants one time, multiple colors, and I think this probably like 2 years ago, and I think I've never even worn more than half of them. So I think it comes down to...
That's where I come in. I show up with my rolling rack and my sense of humor. In my curated services, I have complimentary consultations. So first of all, we engage for a 30-minute consult on the phone, which triggers an online questionnaire where you have the opportunity to tell me all your problems. And then we get on the phone, and then other services, the closet edits, where I come in and I assess your wardrobe. We address what's needed. We figure out what's not needed. We get it down to a finely tuned collection of clothing. I also do shopping services. So if we had looked at that collection of trousers that don't fit you, we're going to know why they don't fit you. We're going to know why you don't wear them anymore. And then we're going to figure out where to buy, what to buy, what to pay, so that you feel well-dressed every day. I also do digital lookbooks. I have a lot of clients that have so many sessions, actually a Harvard Law professor, so many sessions per semester. So I go in and I photograph her outfits. So she flips through her iPad for 32 sessions. So there's no question of what she has and what she needs. I also do virtual styling. My farthest away consult was in Belize, where we did a Skyping session. And actually she showed me her closet. So we can figure out, your closet should be an inspirational, intuitive source of joy. And I have to think a lot of listeners right now are rolling their eyes because they're thinking, that's not my closet. But, when I was a buyer with $6 million to spend, every dollar of my open to buy had to be by category. So that when you came in, there were sport coats, jackets, pants, skirts, dresses, shoes, accessories, whatever. And I think if the listeners looked at their closets tonight and set it up by category, they would then see what they had and what they need.
Nice. That's excellent. And it sounds like, from what you just said, you actually make house calls.
Oh, yeah. I've never really called them house calls, but yes. Most of my work with clients are in their home. because that's where all the history lies. What's in the closet and why, what's not in there and why not, what we should get rid of, what we should tailor, what we should add. And it's kind of a once and done thing. Oftentimes women will have me come 2 different seasons so that then it's a whole package. But I also do workshops where I'll have groups of women and we'll do a deep dive on Casual Friday, what a gruesome notion that is and how are we supposed to get dressed for that. I'll do workshops on dress codes. When I spoke to the Maryland Female Bankers Association as a keynote, we had 300 women in the audience, which was represented by 26 banks. So I read 26 dress codes, and I have to tell you, they were all different. So employers and employees struggle with what to write in the dress code. And oftentimes it's too loosey-goosey. People don't really understand what it means. So that's what I do is I go in and I fine-tune it to exactly what should be in your closet, what you should be doing on a daily basis to look well-tailored, well-dressed, and well-prepared.
That's excellent. And it sounds like even when you talked earlier, like you had a client in Belize, so somebody could hire you and then just have their camera up and show you their closet or closets.
Right. I've done that. My business goes from Nova Scotia to Los Angeles and all over the points of, the U.S. So it is a Skyping session. It is an inventory. We take inventory of what's in their closet. They do a little bit of work on their own. They check back in with me. I provide links of what they should be purchasing, with the UPS man showing up with 2 sizes. And then we'll do another Skyping session. They'll keep what they want. They'll tailor what they want. It all comes down to being able to dress your body, no matter your body shape, no matter your budget. And I've been doing this for decades, so there's not a body out there I can't make look fabulous. I kind of, my other thing is that I'm a master when it comes to accentuating the assets and disguising the liabilities. People always think they have a few liabilities that they want to disguise.
Excellent. We have about 8 minutes left, and I'm just curious if somebody's just starting out in business, let's talk 3 different levels. Somebody's just starting out in business, how would they dress? And maybe it's the same for everybody else, but what tips could you give somebody who's just starting out, somebody who maybe has been in business for a year to 18 months and wants to go to the next level, and then the third, too? I mean, is there a progression of style and change? And if so, could you give us a little insight on 3 different levels? We'll start with the graduating seniors. I've been a return speaker at a BU for many years. And, when you put yourself in their situation, there they are. They're living in a dorm. They've brought everything they ever accumulated from high school, and there it is living there. And then somehow they're going to try and turn that into something that they can use to go on an interview. Well, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. So they have to begin somewhere. So where to begin is to begin with a list, as if you were going to the grocery store to get the ingredients to make a cake. So where to begin for women, I always recommend people get dressed from the bottom up. So, it's kind of counterintuitive for most people, but it kind of always starts with the shoes. So if you're a woman and you're thinking of building a wardrobe, you have to decide. It's going to be a black shoe, it's going to be a flat, a wedge, or a heel. You might as well buy it with closed toe in case you live in New England and it's 10 degrees tomorrow. So getting the basics, starting with the shoe, and then you're going to need 2 dress pants, maybe a black, maybe a navy. You're going to need a pair of solid dark wash jeans for Casual Friday. You'll need a solid skirt and a patterned skirt. You'll need a solid sleeveless shell and a patterned sleeveless shell. You'll need a solid blouse and a patterned blouse, a solid jacket, a patterned jacket, solid dress, a patterned dress. You see how I just built out a short wardrobe on one rolling rack for somebody, but it's a defined number of things. And what I try and do is keep it down to 20 items. Let's just get started with that. But now those 20 items and that list that I provided for the Harvard Club, that could be at any price point.
It could be entry level for the college girl that she's going to be shopping at Macy's or maybe at Ann Taylor. It could also be a more refined list, same items, but she's shopping more at Brooks Brothers. So she's bumping up the fabrics and the quality of the item. But it's the same list. So whether it's men or women, now for the men, I also have the list. 20 essentials, 1 solid suit in an all-season fabric, 1 tweed or patterned sport coat, the obligatory blue blazer if you're in New England, 3 pair of dress pants, maybe navy, charcoal, and black, 1 well-fitting casual pant. You know, the gruesome notion of the Dockers that don't really fit well, they need to be a good-fitting pair of casual trousers, the solid dark wash jean, maybe 2 solid dress shirts, maybe 2 striped dress shirts, a nice V-neck sweater, 3 silk ties, 2 dress belts, a pair of dress shoes, and a pair of casual shoes. Boom. 20 essentials for men, just like the 20 essentials for women. And like I say, the list can be for any job, even a personal life. If say they're an artist, they're still going to need to get dressed. They're still going to need these 20 essential items.
Nice, and that kind of like simplifies it from, if 20 essentials, I mean, and then you grow from there, or you add on from there, correct?
Correct.
Wow, good stuff. All right, so if somebody wanted to...
people want to text the word wardrobe to 66866, they would receive the 20 essentials list that I happen to have had up this week for the Harvard crowd.
All right, could you give that again?
Text the word wardrobe, WARDROBE, to 66866, and you'll receive the 20 essentials list.
Excellent. And so it is very important, especially when people are starting out. Now, do you think there is a difference between employees and employers? So somebody is an employee, and there is maybe a dress code or an expected dress code or whatever it's called in an office, and then maybe somebody who's a business owner, and they have to go out and do networking. So are there different types and different scenarios?
Well, there are, but, there's a couple of different words of wisdom. One, you want to dress for the role that you want rather than the role that you have. So they say dress for the job that you want rather than the job that you have. So if you're an employee and you're looking to advance your career, there's nothing wrong with being the best-dressed person in the room. Don't ever be ashamed to be the best-dressed person in the room. Oftentimes people will say, oh, if I have on a sport coat, it looks like I'm going for an interview. Well, you know what? It just looks like you're well-dressed. So take that extra minute, press those trousers, polish those shoes, get those nails done, get a haircut, make sure your shirt is the right fit, make sure you have on a belt. You can still be in the casual environment or the employee mode, but you can still look like a rock star while you're doing that. So my recommendation is take the time. And for the employer, they need to be a good example. If they want their employees to bump it up, then they need to bump it up as well.
Excellent. All right, we have literally like 2 minutes left, and I just want to give you the opportunity to close it out for us.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. I look forward to seeing you in some of your other fabulous, well-tailored outfits. But if other people want to get in touch with me, my website is DoreenDove.com. That's DoreenDove.com. If they're interested in a one-on-one consultation, add a /free consult, and I'd be happy to spend some time with you on the phone. You will see that I have a list of services that we already talked about, and my speaking topics. I'll pretty much go anywhere, in the country, and I can speak to any size crowd. If you want in-office workshops, I'd be happy to fine-tune those for companies as well. But the important thing kind of in closing for the listeners is I want to leave you with just 5 things. Number 1, dress for the role. Number 2, always have a positive attitude. Number 3, perfect your communication skills. Number 4, manage your online profiles. And number 5, ask for help. If it's time to outsource your style, you can engage in that complimentary consult with me. And, in closing, I encourage you to make your image a priority. It will serve you well into the future.
I agree 100%. It's so important to put your best foot forward, clothing, online, and everything else, because people really, if this is your face to the world, whether it's your clothes, your website, an email, if this is your face to the world and you don't take time to make sure it's right and presents the correct look and feel for you in a given scenario, then a potential client could presume that, if you don't have that much care for your own stuff, how much care are you going to have for theirs? And they might not feel as confident to do business with you.
Right. It's confirmation bias. If their first look at you shows that you're sloppy, they may assume that works into your work style as well.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Doreen. You've been listening to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show with Ron Couming of both RCS Technology Solutions and RCS Online Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs achieve even greater success by attracting, converting, and retaining their ideal customers and clients using various Internet marketing techniques and methods.
.980 WCAP, Lowell, Haverhill, Lawrence, Methuen, Nashua, and Salem, New Hampshire, serving the Merrimack Valley.